All right. Check, check, check. Okay. Looks like the microphone's working. Anybody would like to join us tonight? Just on the iPad. Don't have my fancy camera or microphone. Oh, 5 people. Look at that. What's everybody doing tonight? 14 people. There we go. Hey, Cutlass. Hey, Mike. Hey, Thomas. How y'all doing? Good, good. Hey, Simeon, John Scheffler, my fair-haired, long-haired man. Oh, there's Steve Zedman. Costa Rica is in the house. Oh my goodness, now we're really rolling. Joey's having some coffee. All right. Gary says I look and sound good. Packing to travel tomorrow. Mike is. All right. What's up, Jonathan? Crimson Ghost. I like that. Waiting for snow here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bug out of here actually tomorrow morning so I can get back. Don't get stuck on the brutal highway during a cold winter storm. Greetings from the Netherlands. R. de Bots. My man. How are you doing? Just sat down. Perfect timing. Thank you, Evan. Yo, Stevie O. Todd, what is up, buddy? Todd Trowbridge, who has been MIA on the Sunday night Zooms. Todd, we miss you. Greetings, Marcus. No, John, I'm in Texas doing work for a little while. Just watching a review the best speakers for $100. Ooh, that's a tough review to get through, Cutlass. Very, very early on in the Cheap Audio Man career. Steve Hansen from the great state of Montana, audio systems specialist. Hey, man. Greetings from Florida, man. Manuel. Best headphone cables. Is that a question or statement? I like Heart Audio. I don't know if they're the best. They're the ones that I prefer. Hey, Hi-Fi Photo Brie. Hi-Fi Photo Brie. Good day from Sydney. Hey, man. Person, Nick. Nick Winton 26. Good day. We got Canada. We have Australia and Canada. I have a suggestion for your next Sith Audio sponsor: gold-plated wire strippers. I like it. I'm getting ready to get 4 SSCS 5s for fronts and rear heights. Very good. Excited to get my ad cam. Best balanced headphone cables for Sundara. I like Hart cables. I like them. You can get a bunch of 3.5 millimeters, but I like Hart cables. HART. Hello from cold Cleveland. Did you make it out of Nebraska with all your fingers and toes attached? I did. Yes, I did. Hello from France. All right, we got France, we got Canada, we got Australia, we got Costa Rica. We got a whole bunch of people from many places. Have you checked out Blue Jeans cables? I haven't. I don't have any personal experience with them. What up, guys? Just got off my 18-wheeler in Denver in a snowstorm. Brian Woodruff. Well, I'm glad you made it. I'm doing a meeting tomorrow, and then I'm heading east to get back home. Hello from San Francisco. Very nice. Toronto, Canada. Pre-snowstorm. How about shit Vidar as a mono pair on 4-ohm Sonos Fair? Running the Vidar in mono is not going to give you a 4-ohm stable. So if it dips down below 4 at a higher output, it's going to shut your amp down. So in mono, the Vidar is only rated for 8 ohms. New York. There's BG, B-Rock. Hola. Hello, my cheap friend. Hello to you, Bargain Savage. Paul from India. All right, we got India, Canada, Australia, the Netherlands. Where else? Costa Rica, Rhode Island. Very good. Very good. Excited to get my ad cam, GSM 5400 amp. to my B&W Matrix series. And you're very good. Arizona. Any interest in Mojo too? Yes, I would love to. I'm very interested in the Mojo. Philippines, Ohio. Blue Jeans cables are pretty good for the money. Hey man, from near Toronto. Nice. Hello world. The world loves Cam. I love John Scheffler and all of your 3D printing awesomeness, but not just because you print things in 3D for me, because you're a great person. Does that make you feel good, John? Are your kids yelling at you? Hamburger is cool. Finger Lakes, New York here. Hi from Holland. Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Greetings from Sweden. RB 500M for a small room with a 600. I like the 500s. I think they actually have a little bit more bass presence. Saskatchewan, Canada. Another Indian from UK. Good gravy. On the road selling Sith audio products. Yeah, I wish. Just stopped in to support and want to reinforce you are important to this audio community. Thank you, sir. Thank you, audio systems specialist. Italy. Oof. Dwayne Noakes from Canada. Slovenia. Wow. You guys are making me blush. So many places, so many people. You too, thanks. Nope, not quite tonight. Okay. You should review secondhand market stuff, vintage gear. I do. I do review vintage gear. Absolutely do. But the problem with reviewing a lot of vintage or used stuff is it's not available to everybody. And I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time and get people excited for something and then they not be able to find it. But yes, I do absolutely review vintage gear. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Nice. Previous gen monitor audio silver now on sale, less than $800. Fair cam review. I don't know. Glorious Republic of Alberta, Brooklyn. Very cool. Yo, man, love the channel. What do you do for work that causes you to travel? In business development / sales. Not for long though. Currently moving. Perfect timing. I'm in good company. AirPod Pros for the win. What's your opinion on Yamaha home theater receivers? I think they're pretty good. I haven't heard any recently. I've got an old one that refuses to die though. Live in Michigan, currently in Illinois. From my couch. Also, Kentucky. 78,000 subs. Congratulations. Thank you, Daniel Olovich. Like 4 something hours in the morning here in Europe. By seeing your face, I feel the need to drink a cup of coffee. Very good. Ostrich neutering. That's right. I scour the Great Plains neutering ostriches. When was the last time you listened to music on the Virums? Actually, my son has them in his room. So not since I had them, not in his room. So he's had them for a few months. New York City, checking in, clearing the snow for my Sith Audio squeegee with my Sith. Very nice. Mojo 2 looks good indeed. Lots of features. Nice equalizer add-on. Very cool. I'd love to. Love to hear it. Speakers and coffee. Yep. Hey, Randy, any thoughts on the NAD D3020 V2? I haven't heard that. Steve says I have. I don't know what that means, Steve. You've what? I'm trying to open it with one hand. If you like Blue Jeans cables, I highly recommend checking out World's Best Cables. Yeah, I do recommend them. Use the Best Pro Mogami. Something Amphenol. Ooh, Chuck Isidro. $499.90. $499. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you, Chuck. You're the best. Hello from Korea. Just bought Iems AOA now for watching your vid. Love you. I love you. Person from Korea. Any other HiFiMan reviews in the pipeline? I like the Ananda or Aria. I actually have a box of stuff from HiFiMan. I don't think it's either of those two. I think it may be the. It's a woman's name. I can't remember. And then one of the HE400 SE. I think. I'll have to look at it. You look really tired. Thank you. I used to think you looked like Mel Gibson's mugshot. Now you look like his mugshot's mugshot. Thank you. Very nice. Very sweet of you to say. It really gives me a boost too when I hear things like that. Makes me feel really good. Thank you. Are there any other power amps you'd recommend at the same price as the shit Vidar? Seems hard to beat. If you're in the, hold on, let me see if I can get it really disheveled looking for our friend emotionally exhausted, so I look even worse. Is that better? Does that make you happier, emotionally exhausted? Any other power amps? The Akatika GT 102. I'd take a look at that. They will put it together to you for you if you want to. Best speakers for bass drums, not kick drums. I don't know. Those Ascend acoustics are pretty darn good for drums, for percussion in general. Hello from the Philippines. Hello. What's your favorite album to listen to through headphones? So many. So many. I usually listen to my test tracks. I listen to a lot of Elton John through headphones for whatever reason. I don't know why. Wow, we popped up there. Let's see. Love your vids. Thank you, Ruben. Hello from Mexico. Love your SSCS5 a lot. From really a few weeks ago. Thank you. Getting Emotiva A2. Do I get a PT1 or just a nice DAC like the Sanskrit Mark II? Depends on what you want. Yeah, I mean, if you need a phono preamp, if you want an internal DAC, there's all sorts of functionality that the PT1 has, including Bluetooth and a remote control. Preamp outs, obviously. Preamp outs for the high pass filter. So if you're looking at the PT1, if you're going to put a turntable on there, if you want to run a computer in there, it's hard to beat the value proposition of the PT1. But if you're only just going to be doing digital, you might as well just put all that money towards a decent DAC. I may look at something other than the Sanskrit, though. Maybe the topping E50. Well, the Geshelli Labs doesn't have variable output. Look at something, maybe the SMSL M500 Mark II. That's pretty good. Yeah. What's in your review pipeline? I got a bunch of stuff. I need to take an inventory of it when I get back. I've got a few things on the schedule. So SVS Prime Towers, the Wharfdale Lintons. Let's see, what else do I have? Some DACs, some amps, desktop speaker amps, headphones. Yeah. Emotionally exhausted minute with love. Thank you. It's a good joke though, so I ran with it. Thoughts on Chord Mojo? It's pretty much universally regarded, so I think it's going to be awesome. I just want to hear it. Sony SSCS5 versus NUMI BS5 in sound stage. I haven't heard the NUMIs for so long. From what I recall, they sound staged and image very well. Does the CSS Crichton 1 TDX superior worth the double of the Polk R200? It's a good question. If you can put it together yourself and you have the patience, I think the Crichtons are really a fantastic speaker. If you're in too small of a room, though, it can be overwhelming with the amount of bass they put out. And you're going to need to pull them a little bit further away from the wall. The Polk R200s are really remarkable and very good. They're going to sound a little bit more detailed on top, but with that 1 TDX superior crossover, it's hard to really beat that speaker if you have the room for it so that the bass isn't like muddy and overwhelming. Yeah. Wow, we really popped down. Okay. I think someone emotionally exhausted. $5. He was just concerned about me. Thank you, man. I wanted to come up here. Yeah, I am tired. I worked all day. I came up here. I wanted to do a live stream. Let's say hi to you guys. Girls, anybody out there? I've got Focal Stellia. I think it'd be a good match for the Mojo too. I have the Focal Elysia. Does anybody want to buy them? Hi from the UK. Any thoughts on the Arylic Up to Stream 2.1 plate amp? Got a subwoofer I'm looking to bring back to life. Would it have a good quality DAC? Is that like a 2.1 channel amplifier and it has the like streamer integrated into it? I don't know. I haven't seen it. But I have seen those 2.1 plate amps because I have one. I tried it out. Um, yeah. Are speakers still generally hard to get and way too expensive versus 2 years ago? Or is it just a specific brands? I don't think speakers are particularly hard to get. I mean, if I think there were some shipping issues where like shipping containers were, stuck at ports and stuff like that. I think it's kind of worked itself through. But I mean, it's not as easy as it was prior to the COVID pandemic. So if there's something in stock and you're interested, I'd pull the trigger. Edgar Winter Frankenstein is my go-to tester. Yeah. Do 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 do. What is your hotel sound system? I just have headphones. I don't know if you can see them. Hold on. There. I was taking some pictures of it earlier. I had delusions that I was actually going to be able to have enough time to do a review here of them. Those are the Odyssey LCDX. Melbourne, Australia. Aussie Ted. Love the channel. Keep it up. Thank you. You keep it up, Aussie Ted. Keep Melbourne going. Osric Tentacles on headphones. Very cool. Opinion on JDS Labs Atom Amp. I haven't heard it. I have not heard it. I think Zeos loves it. Ed, what up, Ed? Thanks for all of your help. This may have been around for a while, but I just discovered my weekly queue on Kobas. It's a playlist created based on what you listen to. It's brilliant. Ed just got a Raspberry Pi running with Volumio. Hopefully, you worked out the digital timing stuff. Good morning from Germany. Patrick Panzer. My goodness. It is a worldwide affair tonight. Hey, Randy, don't hear much about Sparkos Labs. I don't know them very well. Any chance you've listened to the Topping PA5 yet? I don't think I've listened to it yet. I have it. I think I have it. Pretty sure I have it. Pretty sure I have the PA5. I have to look. I have a stack of boxes. I need to take them all out, and then I need to line everything up. It's been a little crazy. Need to do a better job. Getting close to doing this full time though. Then I'm like, just have all the time in the world. I have an iFi Zen DAC feeding a Zen can. I feel like it's a waste using the Zen DAC only for the DAC. Have you any recommendations for a DAC to pair with a can? Thanks, Ronnie. I think the Zen DAC is a very, very good DAC. So I don't think it's a waste. I think you're going to have to spend a bit more to actually get better than that anyway. So maybe the E50, Topping E50, or Geshelli Labs J2, very good. Actually, Geshelli Labs J2 would be a good pairing with the Zen can because you can do balanced out. I think you can do balanced output of the E50 too. It's just you're going to have to get TRS to 4.4 Pentagon, or you're going to have to get XLR to Pentagon to do either one of those DACs. Monterrey, Mexico. Seems like a lot of good brands. Let's see. Mike Della Moraz. Monterrey. Very cool. Made it in one of your live streams of your channel. Thanks, Don Vittorio. I'm interested in the LCDX also. Very cool. Have you heard the Mark Levinson headphones? I have not. Hiya from New York. You have a great channel. Always excellent information. Thank you, Neil. Michael Ruiz. Cool. I'm excited to hear your take on the LCDX. Very cool. Would be nice to hear you play guitar. I don't know how to play guitar. Any good USB speakers for PC? Like powered speakers with like a DAC in it? Hello from a snowy Russia, comrade. Have you heard of any of Edifier's Air Pulse series? What's your opinion on them? I have not. I don't know what Air Pulse is. Is it their headphones? So actually, I have a pair of Edifier earbuds right here. Look at that. Coolest thing about these headphones or these earbuds is actually, if I can get this open. All right. This little thing. Look at that. It's like Kit from Knight Rider. I like them. They have a good app. Yeah, they've been kind of my go-to. Usually, I'm a what you call it, Soundcore guy, but I like these. All right, let's go roll down here. Weem versus Blue Sound Node sound quality when going to external. I mean, listen, the Weem is $99. The Blue Sound is $500. Chances are the Blue Sound probably has a better power supply than the Weem because the Weem is using whatever power supply brick. With that said, if you get a good 5-volt power supply, I'm sure the Weem can sound very good, but it's a tough combination. You have a $500 or $550 streamer versus a $100 streamer. So I don't know. To tell you the truth, I've never A/B'd them, so I couldn't tell you. Only thing I can tell you is the Weem sounded very, very good, and it has the option of being powered by a very good 5-volt switching power supply or a 5-volt battery pack. So there's a lot of opportunity with the Weem that you can do that you can't do with the Blue Sound, and it's cheaper. Hmm. Can you recommend a budget DAC and a streamer to pair with the X Duo MT602 headphone amp? Wayne Mini. Wayne Mini. If you guys are watching this, girls, can you thumbs up? I don't know if that helps or not, but I guess it's supposed to help. So if you're watching this, hit the thumbs up. We got 52 thumbs, 53. See how many we can get. I don't know if that really helps or not. I never, like, I used to ask for people to subscribe and thumbs up during videos, and I just don't anymore. I don't know if it's like good or not. Some people do. I just don't do it anymore. Don't tell the YouTube powers that be, but I always put your live stuff on my TV while I run on my computer too. Hope that helps. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate that. Look at that, 100. There's a whole bunch of people thumbs up and down. I guess it does work to ask. Would have thought. How many Iems can you fit in a red envelope? It depends on the size of the envelope, I suppose. Going to see Tool tomorrow. Very cool. What do you think of the ELAC Unify UB5s? Love them. One of my favorite speakers. One of my favorite speakers. I thumbs up all your video. Thank you, Hi-Fi Photo Brie. I have the E50 and very interested in the PA5. Very cool. Best portable Bluetooth speakers. Ooh. I'll tell you the one Bluetooth speakers I do like that I've used is the I think it's the UE Mini Boom. They look like a little softball. I like those. They're pretty good. You can get two. You can pair them in, put them in pairing mode. Listen to this on the KZ Pro. Thanks for the recommendation. You bet. They're good. If they don't hurt your ears, they sound excellent. All right. Where's the thumbs up on an iPhone? Dang it. Ardell got it. I don't know, bro. Maybe if you put it like this way, vertically, you can see it. Greetings from Canada. Recommendation for subs under $200. The JBL Stage series when it goes on sale. The Sony SS series when it goes on sale. Polk PSW 10 when it goes on sale. Those are all good. I think the JBL is probably the heaviest. Their mono price has some, very low end. I have one at work, so I think it's $70 sub. Sounds good. Sounds okay. I mean, don't expect it to be earth shattering. Hey, Rainy, what system do you have in your auto? In my car, I have Focal car speakers, stereo speakers. They're the cheapest ones that Focal makes. And I have those separate woofer and tweeter. And then I have a whole bunch of amps in there. I have a Pioneer subwoofer, low profile. And, but I just have the same factory head unit because I couldn't take it out because it's like integrated into the dash. So, yeah, just some amps, speakers, and a sub. It's really good. That Dr. Pepper tonight. Fozzy Q4 DAC review. I don't have it, but I can get it, and I'll probably get it. I'm the second owner of a pair of Vandersteen 2C speakers, 40 years old, and got them for $350. I wonder how much I would have to spend to equal or surpass their sound. Well, Paul, that's a good question coming from Mr. Ryder. I don't know because I've never heard those Vandersteens, so I couldn't comment on that. But as the owner of that fine speaker, you should go out and try that. Do some AB. Do your own review, man. That's what you think. All right. We pop down here. Oh my goodness. Hey, Andrew Robinson, just dropping in and say you keep crushing it. Thanks, A-Rob. You keep crushing it. You set the bar really high. Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Everybody, go watch Andrew Robinson's videos and thumbs up and leave a nice comment about his video quality. His, like, I watched, as I'm getting better at this and I'm doing more like work and trying to get better with, and obviously this looks fantastic because I'm on the iPad tonight, or whatever MacBook thing. I'm trying to get better with like the filming and stuff, and so I'm like watching Andrew Robinson's videos, and like he's got this nice pan and a little tilt. I'm like, how does he do that? I don't even know how he does that. So anyway, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to be like 25% as good as Andrew Robinson. But Andrew, you've been a very big inspiration for me, and I appreciate all the help you've given me. You're a great guy, man. I really appreciate it. iPhone equals X out of the chat. Let's see. Okay. Is the topping E50 better than the K9 Pro DAC for Sundara? I have not heard the K9 Pro. I couldn't say. Q-Sticks 3030i versus JBL Stage A130. 3030i's are they have a ton of bass. So if you have room, 3030i's may be for you if you want more bass. JBLs don't have as much bass. Very good mid-range though. I think that's the kind of the standout thing for the 3030i's. They're really tuned to really bring the bass and punch you. What are your thoughts on the JBL Control 1 speakers? I haven't heard those. Would adding a preamp to my Cambridge Audio 35 improve the sound? Probably not. CXA 35? AXA 35? Is that the one you have? No, you already basically have a preamp in there. Adding a good DAC or a good phono preamp probably would. $5. Bub's World. LP player has a moving magnet out option to bypass internal phono preamp, but no ground. How to add an external phono preamp for improved sound quality? If it doesn't have a ground, it probably grounds it through the RCA somehow. So you're probably still grounded. Because U-turn does the same thing. U-turn will do a ground through the RCAs. Simeon, that parent, says my videos have been looking great. Well, thank you. Suggest a couple of rock albums that were very well recorded. I mean, the ones that come to mind real quickly are MTV Unplugged. Those are live records, but they're recorded very well. I don't know. Nothing jumps off. Hey, why don't you tell me, you guys and gals out there, tell me what the best recorded album you think, rock recorded album, best sounding rock record, not from subjective what you like personally, but from like a mixing and recording standpoint. What do you think? Allman Brothers and Stevie Ray Vaughan. There we go. Let's get this going. Steely Dan. All right. Tony Visconti productions are great. Here we go. Now we're getting some crowd participation. This is good now. Thoughts on the throwback Emotiva DC1 Stealth? Wonder why they stopped making it. I don't know. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, Pink Floyd, again Steely Dan. Now we're going. Keep On the Witches is a great recorded love set. Bohemian Rhapsody, Dire Straits, Communicate. Boston, first album. Jesse Bitzer says, love the channel. Keep it up. Keep it real and don't change a thing, including the child interruptions. Well, luckily, they've gotten a little bit bigger, so they don't interrupt us also. Every parent can relate. Keep covering the affordable audio. Will do. Rush. Roger Waters. That's crazy. Rush. Metallica with San Francisco Orchestra. Very good. S&M 1, S&M 2. Very good. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. Very well recorded. Pink Floyd. Jethro Tull. Eye in the Sky, Alan Parsons. Man, Eagles, Van Halen. Look at this. Top 5 records to check out. Abbey Road, Master of Puppets. Yeah. Most Chesky records. I agree with that. Chesky is awesome. Radiohead is incredibly good production. See? Now we are rolling because you're not asking me questions. We're asking the community questions. This is awesome. I think I probably missed some. Quadrophenia, The Who, or was quadrophonic sound a weird fad? It was kind of a thing. It went and it came and it went. Not rock per se, but Radiohead. Okay, another one for Radiohead. Bruce Cockburn Live. All right, I think we're kind of Journey, Saga. Bargain Savage, Just Watched You. I don't know what that is. What is Bargain Savaged? Reflections of a Floating World. I recently tried listening to Velvet Revolver's first CD. I couldn't make it through the disc, too muddled. Anything on the BIS labels? Testament, Foo Fighters, XTC. I think we're caught up. Peter Gabriel. So, how much break-in period for B, a 5.6 Elex? How to break in fast? Play them loud. Play them long. Put a mono recording on into both speakers, invert one, and then put a blanket over the top and face them in. That's, some people say that's a good way to break stuff in quickly. Sometimes some people don't believe in breaking. I just run it. Michael Ruiz, I like Master of Reality 2014 remaster, but I don't know if the quality is good. I just rock out. There you go. Tool would test any system and show its shortcomings. There you go. Adam has spoken. Don Hensley, $5. Can you please advise what camera and lens you're using to shoot your videos? Sure. It's a Sony A7R III, which I wouldn't really recommend for video, but that's the one I have, so that's the one I use. If you're looking to get into video, I would look at the Sony A7 IV or the Sony A7 III. Sony A7S is really good, but it's very expensive. And then I use a Sigma 35 millimeter 1.4. That's what I use. But you can get a good looking video with anything. You can get a good looking video with new iPhones now. But that's what I use. But there's also settings associated with that and like color grading and stuff like that. Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. There you go. Lots and lots and lots. That's what Brock says. Frank Zappa. Monster Magnet Space Lord. Anything produced by Alan Parsons. Tool for sure. Tool's stuff is really well recorded. What's my opinion on Mission speakers? Actually, I never heard any. I would love to. I think they just came out with a new one. British Audiophile covered those on one of his videos. New-ish recording. The Weather Station, Ignorance Album. First track, Rubber. Excellent soundstage. Something not really rock, but you must try a direct-to-disc HD. Tool, No Loudness, Warwell mixed. Frank Zappa, Hot Rats. Master of Reality, Blue Garden. Sony A7R III. Yes, that's what I use. Not this. This is a laptop. Rage Against the Machine, Early Queen, sounded great. Chicken Foot. Just use it. It's your ears that are being burnt into the new gear. There you go. Sean has spoken. No such thing as burn-in. I'm going to promote the Sunday night. I don't believe that, but some people do. That's cool. Whatever. Whether or not my ears have gotten used to it. But I think there's burn-in. I know there's burn-in for me because sometimes I'll listen to something initially, like headphones, and then let them run and then come back and listen to them. They sound much different than I remembered them. but what the hell do I know? Um, Bex C change. Oh, we just lost some. Oh, Ryan Dixon at $6. Enjoying my first taste of the audio file word with a pair of Sundaras and a Magni Modi stack. For the next step, what should I upgrade first? I'll get another pair of headphones, man. Because you got plenty of power. Get another pair of headphones that sound a little bit different. That's what I'd do. Oh, we're really rocking and rolling now. Let's see. Hyphen Edition XS. Actually, I have those here too. Very good. Are you tempted to start music/record reviews? I would love to. I don't think anybody would watch them though. I would love to do that. Maybe. Oh man, we're really going now. I'm not going to be able to get to everybody, but we can go back up. Rick Rubin, American Recordings with Johnny Cash. Old hippie truck. Dig out an old speaker and hook up the positive leads. Stick it behind your head. Say 35 watts amp enough for the ELAC Unify 2.0 UB52s. I don't know. I'll tell you what's not enough is a 20 watt Vista Audio Spark. So I haven't tried a 35 watt. I take that back. I have, well, not really, because those ELACs are, I think, 6 ohm nominal. Because I've run the ELACs off of the Akatika GT102, which is 50 watts at 4 ohms, probably 35 watts at 8 ohms. And it had no problem with the Unifies. The Vista Audio Spark, though, at 20 watts per channel, did have a problem with the Unifies, for sure. What kind of music do I usually listen to? Well, I actually have some test track playlists in the description. That's the Amazon Music. You probably don't have Amazon Music in Korea. Maybe you do. I don't know. But then I think some folks have also made the test track playlist into a title playlist as well. So if you want to check it out, check out one of my videos in the description. I'll tell you. Nick Keller, Canadian, $10. Hey, pal. Love the channel. Out of all the gear you own, what is your current reference system? For the power amp and preamp, it would be the Akatika PT102 and GT102. The DAC is probably the Denafreps Aries 2, but if I'm I need to preface this. So for like my own personal listening, like what I'll listen to, if I can listen to anything, is a Denafreps Aries 2. If I'm going to be comparing another DAC, usually I put the Gashelli Labs J2 in there, because the Gashelli Labs J2, I think, really sets the bar and actually outperforms other DACs at its price point. Aries 2 is just kind of like my favorite thing that I listen to if I really want to enjoy the music, or I listen to it a lot on stuff. So that's probably my reference system. Speakers would probably be the ELAC Unify UB 2.0s at their price, around $500. Then there would be the Polk R200s. They set the bar. SVS Prime bookshelves, they kind of set the bar. Everything's gone up in price though. So I think what used to be $500 no longer $500. Once I got married and had kids, I've moved to headphones. Hyphen and Sandaras are lovely. I think you'd like the Edition XS too. Have you experienced a vintage Kenwood? I have not. I purchased one this fall and I'm in love with the sound. Yes, vintage stuff generally, I don't like to speak in absolutes. Vintage stuff generally sounds pretty good. Everything is up $100. Agreed, if not more. Like 20% seemed to kind of be like everything went up 20%. Is the J2 a giant leap up from the Modi for a budget DAC? I don't know. I'd have to A/B them. They do sound different. I think the J2 is much more full sounding, and I don't know. I haven't A/B'd them, So I couldn't say it's a giant step up. I do think they sound different. Hey, Sean Vettel, 6.99. Have you ever reviewed or used custom in-ear monitors like the ones from Ultimate Ears? I love my Ultimate Ears for critical listening. I have not. It'd be pretty cool though. Really cool. Used prices are still bueno on like cars. Rega Planner 3, 2M red through Skip Manny. Niceness. Very cool. Very cool. I got a new turntable review coming. It's the RT85N. So it's the Fluence RT85 with the Nagaoka MP110. Yeah. Now we have a choice. You get the 2M blue or the Nagaoka MP110. JBLs seem to always be on sale now. Great deals. Yes, JBLs very good. Very good. Stage A130 series. Very good. Mm-hmm. The blue is way better. Joe has spoken. Blue is way better. I will say the blue is way different. I have a hard time saying better, best now. Project has an auto turntable now. Thank you, Tristan. I posted the first review. Actually, I did an audio advice, posted a review before they were supposed to. But yeah, my review went up yesterday on the Project A1. Comes with an Ortofon OM10 cartridge. That's right. Check out that video if you'd like to. Cheap. What if your phono equivalent of the what? What if your phono equivalent of the Area 2 step up in quality over the Manny and price around $750? Okay, I think you're asking, do I have a recommendation for a really good phono preamp? I think the highest price phono preamp that I've listened to is the Project Phonobox S2 Ultra, and it's quite nice. It's very good, very clean, very clean. I am deaf in one ear. Can I hear it in stereo? You're completely deaf in one ear. Hey, Nick Keller, $5. This is a kick-ass system. I plan on building those Akatika kits based on your reviews. Cheers. They're a lot of fun. Make sure you have a lot of light, a lot of patience, and take your time. But they're a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it. Wi-Fi Phono 3 I use because I'm moving coil. I love your work. Listen to Chocolate Chip Trip for the first time yesterday because of you. Thanks. You're welcome. Let's see. If I'm playing MP3 from a PC to DAC, does the music player matter, i.e. Windows Media Player or VLC player or anything else? It shouldn't, but it may. I mean, some of those may have their own little, I don't know, magic sauce or whatever they do, maybe different gains and stuff. So in theory, it shouldn't, but in practical practice, it does. They all may have a little bit different sounding thing. The best thing I've heard in a while is MTV Unplugged, Alice in Chains. Great record. What are your impressions on the Ortofon versus Grado versus Audio Technica for cartridges? I think they all sound a little bit different, right? I mean, Ortofon has a bunch of different sounding cartridges. I've heard 5 or 6 Ortofons. I've heard the Nagaoka MP110. I haven't heard any Audio Technicas, and I haven't heard any Grados. I'd like to, though. You have a bunch of room treatment in your listening room. I have no room treatment in my listening room. None whatsoever. Is there really a drastic difference between Klipsch Forte and 3s and 4s? I was considering use pair. I've only heard one Forte, and they're the latest, greatest Fortes. So I couldn't tell you. What are your settings on your Denafrep Series 2 that you usually use? I use oversampling, I think. Oversampling, and then can't remember. There's only 2 settings. I turn them both basically on. Yeah. How do you know when headphones are being driven to the fullest? How do us consumers with limited capabilities do so? That's a good question. I mean, from like a power perspective, or Or what? I mean, the only way you'd really know is if you're using a bunch of different DACs or DAC amps or amps or whatever it is. Um, I mean, and that's a slippery road to go down, right? Because you're always kind of thinking, is this going to be better? Is this going to be better? Is this going to be better? Um, so that's tough. I guess you don't really. Um, probably buy a reasonably priced headphone amp or headphone amp DAC. Maybe you've seen a few people review or go on some forums and ask about pairings and stuff. So that's a tough. You can't really know. You got to take testimonials, trust people on YouTube, get involved with some forums. Have you followed Ron Lott's steps for your listening space? If so, did it work well for you? Um, in essence, I have. I haven't gotten down to, busting out the tape measure and everything, but I've brought them out and got into the speakers, and yes, it does work very well. It's a great, great, great video that Ron did. Are we listening to the music or are we listening to the equipment? Maybe both. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What came first, chicken or egg? Hey, Rob Hawk, 13.9. We're getting a lot of Canadian super chats tonight. Thank you, Canadians. Yeah. Canada beating everybody else tonight. What does good audio sound like in the thicker atmosphere of Venus? Let me think. All right. I'm a little tired, so I'm not. Let me think. What does good audio sound like in the thicker atmosphere of Venus? Sound like rainbows. No, no, sounds like donuts. Hey, which IEM would you prefer, the Kato or the 7 hertz? Ooh, um, I would use them on an EX5 topping. And what would you think about the Hiko Aria 3? I haven't heard those. I have heard the Katos and I have heard the 7 hertz. 7 hertz are really good. Katos are really good. 7 hertz are more dynamic, but also the 7 hertz can be more not fatiguing from like a treble standpoint, but fatiguing from there's so much music and it's so intense that can be a little bit much. I think the Katos are a little bit more even keeled. So I think I can listen to the Katos longer than I could listen to the 7 hertz. If that makes sense. But the 7 hertz are probably one of the best IEMs I've ever heard. Any opinion on Spotify situation? I have no opinion on it. None. Best speakers under $2,000. Oh my goodness, Raza Ghul. That's a tough question. Best. I'm starting to learn that there really is no best. There may be a best for a person, best for what your preference is. There's really no best. I think there's some really good ones out there. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I got distracted. I'm intrigued by the Edition XS and have heard wildly different views on how much power is needed to drive it. Might have to do with lower ohm impedance, 18 ohms, I think. Yeah, I've driven it off of a variety of dongle DACs, and then I also drove it off of the SMSL. I think it was a SU6, SH6. And that didn't really have, I don't really remember anything being like, oh my goodness, this dramatically improves the sound of it. So I don't think they take a ton of juice. Yeah, the best speaker under $2,000. That's a tough question to answer. Tough. It just depends. I mean, there's a ton of good ones out there. I don't know. Why don't you tell me which ones you're considering, and then I'll tell you if I haven't spent any time with those. Ooh, have I ever heard the Dayton audio transmission line? I have not. No, I have not. We don't all have unlimited budgets, man. Okay, I think that was in response to somebody else. Saw your Meza review and you loved the product, although it's big money. What price used would you feel comfortable buying them at? Ooh, I think if they're $1,000, I'd buy them. I like those mezes a lot. I'd buy them for a grand. Do better cables impact sound that an untrained ear can perceive? Um, I can't answer that. I mean, maybe. It depends on the cable, depends on you, depends on the system. Like I can't. Could. I wouldn't worry about cables too much initially though. What's my best choice for IEMs under 150? Hmm. Depends on what kind of sound signature you like. Um, if you can swing 200 or 210, I think the 7 hertz timeless is an easy recommendation. If you have some power, the hi-fi, what is it? 10 hi-fi P1s, pretty good. They're like 160 though, but you need a ton of power with them too, and they're pretty thin on the bass. Um, the Starfields, they're pretty good. They're bassy though, so it depends on what you like. If you like analytical and detailed, probably look at the P1 or the 7 hertz. If you like U-shaped, there's not there. So there's again, it's a difficult question to answer because there's so many different sound signatures out there. The Katos are very good. I can't remember exactly how much they cost. I think they're around that. They're a very good neutral IEM, and they're built very well. And the cable's really good, very good. Shure 215. That's a good point. I have a pair of Shure 215s, and I've had them forever. And I've had them for so long, and I've sweated in them so much that they're actually like corroded. Like the drivers are corroded, and they still work. They sound pretty good. They're a bit bassy. They're a bit V-shaped, but they're very good. You can go get them at any Guitar Center too. Whew. Best IEMs under $50. All right. Hi-Fi Min 10 T2s, the KZ Zex Pros, the KZ ZS10 Pro. Yeah. Blonde BLO 5s. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. You're running from a burning building and can only take one pair of speakers with you. Your choice. 1. Wharfdale Evo 4.2. 2. ELEC Unified Reference. 3. GR Research XLS Encore. Probably take the Encores because I wouldn't want to build them again. Yeah, it's a cheap way to get out of that question. I'd take the Encores because I wouldn't want to spend the time to build them again. All right, Skipster says 215s are brassy and tinny up top. There you go. Skipsters has spoken. What do you do when you have spring clips that barely like 16 gauge wire? But you don't want to put banana clips that touch and short each other out. Sorry, random. Okay. You have spring clips that barely like 16 gauge wire, but you don't want to put on banana clips that touch and short each other out. Strips on the wire back? Tin it? Strips on the wire back and then, tin it so it's more of a post and then stick that in there. I think there's also some speaker wire tips that instead of being banana clips, they're just like single posts, and you can like screw them in there and stuff like that. Ooh, Aeon RT is worth it over Deconi Blue. Ooh, Deconi Blues are very tough to drive, and they're horrendously huge. So, I mean, if you are like just hanging out in your room or something like that, and you don't mind a huge, almost like you're bringing a plane into park in front of a gate, that type of big, the Coney Blues are really good and they're affordable, but you need to have a ton of power. Aeon RTs more reasonably large. I think the Aeons are more even keeled. I think the Tacony Blues are more V-shaped, dynamic, and some people are going to say the Tacony Blues are funner sounding. I think at their price point, they're a complete steal. but you need a ton of power to get them up and running. Considering either the KLH Model 5s or the Tectons or the Zoo Dirty Weekends. Unfortunately, I have heard none of those. However, the gentleman, the owner of KLH, and I corresponded today. So I probably will be getting the Model 5s in, but not anytime soon. Probably the next couple of months, maybe. All right, it just popped up, but I think someone says something about bookshelves making up the size of tower speakers. Yeah, because again, they're not all the same, right? So you can take the CSS Crichton 1TDX that hit 30 hertz in room, and you can take some towers that hit 45 hertz in room. And so the bookshelves actually extend way deeper, have a better sounding bass. So it's not all one size fits all. Some bookshelves have excellent bass roll off that can rival and beat some towers. Some towers are going to be way better than bookshelves as far as bass extension and maybe have better mid range. Some towers, maybe the drivers are spread out too much and there's some phase cancellation going on. So there's no like yes and no and painting with broad strokes. It all depends. And I know that's not the answer that most people want to hear, but it just all depends. I've listened to a ton of speakers and they all sound a little bit different. There's some very, very deep and powerfully hitting bookshelf speakers out there that are better than some tower speakers. But there's some tower speakers that, are just way bassier. It just depends. It's all depends. Please suggest a chip audio interface for my Yamaha RN600 AV receiver. Are you asking for a DAC, Vinayak? Let's see. I don't know. Oop, $5. Edens, what is your general opinion on room treatment and room size? Room size, you can't really do much about. Room treatment, I don't know. If you have, I'll put it this way. If you have tile floors or concrete floors and concrete walls, throw a rug down and maybe put some curtains up. And that's about the extent of my room treatment stuff. I've talked to a lot of my Patreons or patrons, and one that is extremely smart says a thick towel is about as good as any room treatment that you can buy out there. And you can put it on your wall in different places, see if you like it. Once you figure out where you like it, then you can put it in a frame. But for me personally, I already have carpeted floors. I have furniture in the living room, and the other rooms I have curtains up. So no, I'm not into the room treatment thing. Just not. Maybe someday, but right now, no. I'm not spending my money on room treatment. I'm gonna spend it on a DAC, speakers, amp, whatever. As far as room size, I don't know. I mean, if it's really small, then you might not want to put some huge towers in there right up against the wall. So I'm sorry, Mr. Edens. So my opinion on room treatment is I'm not there. I'm not saying it's snake oil. Could be great. People could love room treatment. I don't know. I have 4 different rooms. I've listened to speakers almost all the time in 4 different rooms, and the speakers always sound more similar than they sound different. Just ordered the Freya Plus to partner with my Aries 2 and Parasound separates, going out to the Kef Alice 50. Wow. Hope to Freya synergize well. I haven't heard the Parasounds, so I don't know what their sound characteristic is. I do have the Freya S, and I have the Aries 2. I think you'll enjoy it. Favorite Rush album? I don't know, 2120? What is that? Is that it? Or is that a Van Halen album? No, it's 5150. I think Rush does have 2120. I was given my late grandfather-in-law Kef 107s, but after restoration can't afford
$5 amps. Thinking basic Marantz with main pre-outs and Emotiva basics. Need music in 3-channel home theater. Out of my depth. I mean, you can just get a Marantz 5-channel receiver and just hook up the front 3 channels. Vidar versus Emotiva A2. Vidar is going to be more. You're going to. There's more detail apparent on the Vidar than there will be on the A2. A2, however, I think feels a little bit more dynamic, but the Vidar is going to give one a lot more detail. I'm getting tired, everybody. I think I'm going to call it a night. What time is it? 10:19. I think we're going to call it. Can anything beat the Blue Sound Power Node for the money? Yeah. Well, it can't be the Power Node. There's stuff out there. I mean, if you don't need gapless, you can get like an Arylic that does just about everything, but it's not gapless. And I think that's like $200 or $300. Emotiva Phono preamp, any good? I actually haven't heard any like dedicated Emotiva Phono preamps. All right. I'm going to bid you guys good night, guys and gals. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you. Y'all have a great night. Have a great night. Love you all. Thank you for your support. Good night.